What if standing up for your state's identity could safeguard the future of an entire nation? PTR Palanivel Thiagarajan, Tamil Nadu's fiery IT minister, doesn't just defend his state's two-language education policy, he boldly challenges Delhi's overreach, exposing a deeper battle for India's soul. With Tamil Nadu's schools outperforming the national average, why dismantle a winning formula to appease political agendas? As the centre withholds 2,400 crore rupees in retaliation, PTR's unflinching defiance isn't just about Tamil pride, it's a rallying cry for federalism, proving that true progress thrives when diversity is celebrated, not crushed. Ready to rethink what unity in diversity really means? Deep dive into PTR Palanivel Thiagarajan's interview with Karan Thapar, a clash of federalism, language, and education in India. In a candid and thought-provoking interview with Karan Thapar on The Wire, PTR Palanivel Thiagarajan, the Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services of Tamil Nadu, delved into some of the most contentious issues facing India today. The conversation revolved around the National Education Policy, NEP, the three-language formula, the delimitation of parliamentary constituencies, and the broader tensions between the central government and the states. PTR's arguments were sharp, rooted in historical context, and reflective of Tamil Nadu's long-standing resistance to what it perceives as the imposition of Hindi and central overreach. PTR addressed the perception that the NEP imposes Hindi on southern states like Tamil Nadu, despite Yogendra Yadav's claim in the Indian Express that the policy does not explicitly mention Hindi. He argued that the issue is not just about the literal mention of Hindi but about the broader implications of the three-language formula, which has historically been seen as a vehicle for Hindi imposition. Tamil Nadu has successfully operated on a two-language model, Tamil and English, for decades, achieving some of the best educational outcomes in the country. PTR questioned the need to change a system that is already working. He emphasized that the three-language formula, even if not explicitly mandating Hindi, creates a framework where Hindi could become a de facto requirement, especially given the central government's push for Hindi as a national language. PTR's argument is rooted in Tamil Nadu's historical resistance to Hindi imposition, dating back to the anti-Hindi agitations of the 1960s. He sees the NEP as part of a larger pattern of central overreach that undermines the state's autonomy and cultural identity. Karan Thapar pointed out that the three-language formula was part of earlier education policies and questioned why it is now being rejected. PTR responded by highlighting the changing political and cultural context. He argued that Tamil Nadu's success with the two-language model has proven that additional language requirements are unnecessary and potentially harmful. PTR also noted that the earlier acceptance of the three-language formula was not universal and that Tamil Nadu has consistently resisted it. He challenged the central government to demonstrate where the three-language formula has yielded better educational outcomes than Tamil Nadu's two-language system. His stance reflects a broader skepticism towards central policies that do not account for regional successes and cultural sensitivities. Thapar referenced Yogendra Yadav's suggestion that Tamil Nadu could adopt Tamil, English, and Classical Tamil under the NEP's three-language framework. PTR dismissed this as a superficial solution, arguing that the very imposition of a three-language formula is unnecessary and undermines the state's autonomy. He reiterated that Tamil Nadu's two-language model has been effective and questioned why the state should alter its successful system to conform to a central mandate. PTR's response underscores his belief that the NEP is less about improving education and more about asserting central control over state policies. Thapar quoted Jayant Chaudhary, the Minister of State for Education, who pointed out that Chief Minister Stalin is multilingual and questioned why Tamil Nadu is reluctant to adopt a three-language policy. PTR countered by emphasizing that the issue is not about multilingualism but about the state's right to determine its educational policies. He argued that Tamil Nadu's two-language model has fostered both cultural pride and academic excellence. PTR also highlighted the practical challenges of implementing a three-language system, including the additional burden on students and teachers. His response reflects a broader concern about the central government's tendency to impose one-size-fits-all solutions without considering regional contexts. Thapar questioned why Hindi is so vehemently rejected in Tamil Nadu, suggesting that the resistance is almost ideological. PTR explained that the opposition to Hindi is deeply rooted in Tamil Nadu's history and cultural identity. He referenced the anti-Hindi agitations of the 1960s, which were a response to attempts to impose Hindi as the sole national language. PTR argued that Tamil Nadu's resistance to Hindi is not just about language but about preserving its cultural autonomy and resisting central dominance. He emphasized that Tamil is not just a language but a cornerstone of Tamil identity, and any attempt to impose Hindi is seen as an attack on that identity. Thapar raised the issue of the central government withholding Rs 2,400 crore in funds under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan as a penalty for Tamil Nadu's refusal to implement the NEP. PTR described this as a form of extortion and a blatant attempt to force the state to comply with central policies. He argued that the withholding of funds is not just punitive but also counterproductive, as it undermines the state's ability to invest in education and other critical areas. PTR's response highlights the broader tension between the central government and the states over fiscal autonomy and policy control. Thapar questioned whether Tamil Nadu is willing to sacrifice Rs 2,400 crore to maintain its two-language policy. PTR responded unequivocally, stating that the state is prepared to forgo the funds if it means preserving its educational and cultural autonomy. He argued that the long-term benefits of maintaining the two-language model outweigh the short-term financial loss. PTR also pointed out that Tamil Nadu has a history of standing up to central overreach, even at great cost, and that this issue is no different. Broader implications, federalism, autonomy, and India's future. Throughout the interview, PTR framed the debate over the NEP and delimitation as part of a larger struggle over federalism and the balance of power between the central government and the states. He argued that the central government's policies are undermining the autonomy of successful states like Tamil Nadu and creating a system where states are penalized for their successes. PTR also warned that these policies could lead to economic and social instability, particularly if states feel their voices are being ignored. He called for a more collaborative and equitable approach to governance, one that respects regional diversity and empowers states to address their unique challenges. A call for inclusive and equitable governance. PTR's interview with Karan Thapar was a powerful articulation of Tamil Nadu's concerns about the NEP, delimitation, and central overreach. His arguments were rooted in historical context, empirical evidence, and a deep commitment to preserving Tamil Nadu's cultural and educational autonomy. The interview also highlighted the broader challenges facing India's federal structure. As PTR pointed out, the central government's tendency to impose uniform policies without considering regional contexts risks alienating states and undermining national unity. His call for a more inclusive and equitable approach to governance is a timely reminder of the importance of respecting regional diversity and empowering states to chart their own paths to development. Ultimately, PTR's interview was not just a defense of Tamil Nadu's policies but a call for a reimagining of India's federal structure, one that balances central authority with regional autonomy and fosters a more just and prosperous future for all.